Right.
I got it. Good morning.
Oh,
I'm going to try that one more time. Good
okay.
morning, Johnson County. Welcome to another edition of JoCo Vibes here on JoCo Community Radio. I'm Tiffany Carlen with the Reeves sisters, Brianna and Sarah. Good morning, everybody. Sarah. That's my jersey.
Sarah.
Apparently that's the Northeast way that I say Sarah because I do get crap for it. So
When my Colombian friend tries to get my attention, she says, Sarah, let me tell you something. So it's Sarah.
I love it.
Sarah.
Sarah.
But yes, we
Sarah.
were just talking about
your your
yes,
moonlighting gig.
Yes, I bartend 2 to 3 nights a week at Sideline Club in Crowley. It's off Crowley Road, and you will miss it if you don't know it's there because it's in the middle of nowhere kind of thing. But
Especially since they put that fence up. Because I mean, remember years ago the fence. I don't remember the fence being there
around the
18-wheelers.
yeah, because they all that's a parking thing for them. I think. Or
Yeah,
something.
and you used to be able to park alongside that fence.
You can still park alongside there whenever
but
we
like
get full, but
parallel now, right?
yeah,
You used to be able to park the other way, so you would have like a row.
yeah,
of course. Of course, that was like 20 some years ago.
yeah.
Crazy.
I frequented there 20 years ago when I was fresh 21.
Yeah,
but Wednesday nights is karaoke, and Thursday nights is bingo with our favorite Stu Stewart.
Yep.
And which we were there Tuesday night for Spice Rack watching him play. And
yeah,
Good,
so he does
good sister bonding.
So he does free bingo at the Spice Rack on Tuesdays, and then free bingo on Wednesdays
at Torque.
At Torque
in Joshua.
Okay, and then
Thursdays is Sideline Club, and then Saturdays he's got a
that's
new
not
one.
Joshua though. That's Burleson still. Torque, isn't that still Burleson?
I mean, technically, but that means you're not from here.
Well, I mean, it's I've said that before.
For those of us that are like from here, anything past Hewlin on 174, we consider Joshua.
I agree with that. And I've been here 27 years, I think. So I'll agree with that. But I didn't know, like, it's not officially Joshua.
No, I think that their address.
All right,
now
so we're
is
giving our like
Burleson.
massive shout outs to Stu Stewart this morning. Okay,
Voice for hire.
A voice for hire. He was actually also the first radio. He was the first radio DJ to interview me on the radio when I released my first single.
He mentioned something about being on the show with you or being on the radio with you.
Well, that was okay. So that was I mean, several years back when we released "It's a Girl Thing," but then he was on JoCo Community Radio. He co-hosted a show with James Gilliland. But yeah, he interviewed me. He was the first interview when I released my single on the radio. 2015, I believe. 2014, 2015, somewhere around there. I think it's 2014. And it was the first version of "It's a Girl Thing" because we did redo it for the album. Anyway, so Tuesdays at the Spice Rack, Wednesdays at Torque, Thursdays at Sideline Club, Stu Stewart, free bingo, and you get $1 at each place. Is that right?
Spice Rack gives you. They had I won.
They have $10 and then they have like Target gift cards and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So they throw some other stuff in.
Mhm.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a good time.
I think he has a new location Saturday nights at Sam's in Rendon area.
There's a place called Sam's
Bar and Grill or Sam's Grill and something. Yeah, it's kind of in the gas station next to Hog Wild. We went there a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I kept seeing it on Facebook. Yeah. Their foods and stuff. And I was like, I really want to try this. And everything we had was really good and fairly inexpensive.
Man, I haven't been in Hog Wild and
oh yeah.
Todd and I were talking about that. I don't know, about a month ago, and we drove by and we're like, man, the last time we were in there was coming back after a Texas Rangers game. We cut the back way from 20, and we're like, we could all use a couple more beers and shoot some pool. So yeah.
I've never been
here's
there.
Stu. Morning, Stu.
Oh, morning, Stu.
It's on for September 19th. Hopefully will be a weekly thing down the road. And this is at Sam's Bar and Grill. Are you confirming this, Stu? So
yeah, I believe so.
So good morning.
He had jury duty the last 3 days.
That's an honor and a privilege.
And he actually served on the jury.
Are you lying right now? Because I'm just saying $5.
It's really great to be a finger on the hand of justice.
Isn't it though, for $5 freaking a day while people are like actually losing a day wages?
But I mean, that's if anybody ever needed a jury,
they could
want
afford
it to be good
Yeah,
people.
you want it to be good people.
No, I don't want to be on
Or
there.
the scum of the earth, depending on what your case is, I guess.
Here in Johnson County,
Stu, what
it's-
side are you on?
I'll
How'd you
just
get
kinda leave
picked?
Yeah, how did you get picked? I fill out my questionnaire very carefully. You know, I'm
It
like,
depends on what I'm doing because I've been on it or been.
oh, it's 40 a day. Oh, they kicked it up. Okay. Yes, Sam's on the 19th for bingo. That's in Rendon. And you get paid 40 a day for jury duty, 58 starting September 1st, $6 a day. Wait, $6 day one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got
Yeah,
you.
Day one is the cheap
Got
day
you.
because
Thank
they
you,
have to pay
Stu.
everybody.
Thank you, Stu. It did not used to be 40 a day.
No, I think it was like 20 or something.
It was
back in-
just ridiculous. Even 40 isn't, covering
right. Your normal
anybody's
salary for the
normal
day, but
pay for the day. So
Mama always wants. She says it all the time. She wants to be on a
A good
like,
case.
yeah,
Yeah. Like
a criminal murder case or something.
you say that until you end up on one, and then you hear the horror stories from jurors of having to be stuck on that.
Yeah.
So, but it is Thankful Thursday.
Yes, it
Thankful
is.
Thursday.
What are you thankful for? Who wants to start? Sarah?
Mm.
What, Brianna?
Oh well, I'm thankful for the tips that I got last night because
Oh,
I
somebody called?
made some good money. No, it was spam likely.
Okay.
I'm thankful for being able to be here this morning and being able to get through a very tough job that was still really fun in Arkansas. And now I'm on the, I've got it all finished. And now what do I do? I've got to I'm ready. I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to find something new to do next week. It's always fun. I want to know where I'm going next.
Okay. I am thankful for my husband and all the hard work and dedication he's put into our family all these years. I'm thankful that my son got to my dad's in Louisiana safely because
Mhm.
he was driving by himself. I'm thankful for a healthy family
Yes.
right now. And I'm thankful for all of you who join me here, in the morning and, for the rest of our team and radio show hosts who, host show throughout the day and throughout the week. And just, thankful for all of our Johnson County listeners. So,
Absolutely.
and if you haven't downloaded the free app yet, please do. It's available for free on Android and Apple. So I'm also thankful too that Johnson County is full of history.
Mm-hmm.
So did you know? Play a little did you know?
Okay.
On the night of October 21st, 1886, a man named Price Taylor was murdered at his home 8 miles northeast of Grandview. The murder was not known until the following Saturday when a tenant found his body. There's a typo on the website. When a tenant found his body, so a week later. Testimonies show that John Wilkins had been hired to work for Mr. Taylor on the Wednesday before the murder and was known to have stayed in Mr. Taylor's house that evening. Friday morning, Wilkins rode into the Alliance wagon yard and sold the horse he was riding at a very low figure. He was arrested on suspicions of having stolen the horse. On the way to the jail, Wilkins managed to escape. Sheriff W.A. Stewart caught up to him. Wilkins opened fire but ran out of ammunition and surrendered. Wilkins denied murdering Mr. Taylor. He was found guilty at trial and was hung on June 26, 1896. That was and right there in Johnson County.
Interesting.
So just a cool piece of history. And there was some
just a cool piece of murder
history. Hey, look, there's good things in every town, and there are also bad things in some towns, and murder happens
everywhere.
And this isn't the only murder, but it's just an interesting piece of history from 1886 here in Johnson County, in a home just 8 miles northeast of Grandview. So pretty cool. Do you guys have like a piece of history that you've stumbled upon over the years? I mean, because you guys grew up here, right? The Reeves family kind of goes way, way back in the history of Burleson. Is that correct? Don't I have that right?
Well, I think that our grandparents moved here in the 50s or something. I think it was after Daddy graduated high school from Poly High.
Yeah.
And So that would have been the 50s.
Yeah, I believe so. So they lived. Oh,
They lived on that corner at Hearst and
yeah,
Renfro.
They lived where the Centennial Drive-In is now. Their house was there. It was a very sad day when it got torn down.
Where the Centennial Drive.
Yeah, so
in?
you go up Hearst, not
The
not
big corner
not the light
that's
at
got
Hidden
the big pasture.
Hidden Creek, but where they're building that gas station now.
Okay,
That was their property.
really?
Yeah, and
Okay.
like they
This
had
is your
horses out there.
grandparents?
Yes,
Yes.
Daddy's
Okay.
parents. Yeah, and it went up, and then the house kind of sat down, like it goes up the hill, and it kind of sat down right there
In the
So,
trees. It was like really neat.
Yeah, so
Kinda
literally,
secluded.
when you pull up Hearst and turn right to go into Centennial, that was where their house was.
That's where the house was.
Mhm.
How
And
cool is that?
that's the barn where Daddy was building
The
the
bulls.
mechanical bulls.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay, so what year did they tear down that house, or
Well,
when did
whenever
all
they
that change?
started construction
Building
for
Centennial.
Really?
hmm
Man, I'm gonna have to go back and look at pictures because I know they have pictures before that, and I remember. I mean, I lived here.
hmm
I think I just moved. Wait, what year was that? Because
really,
I was in
See,
Lubbock
that's
for
why
9.
we're sitting here
Yeah.
going.
I know I was in Lubbock for. Let's say I was in Lubbock for 9 years. I moved over here when Mackenzie was going into kindergarten at Stribling. So that was 16 years ago because she's 20. Right?
I mean,
You're 5 when you 5 you're 5 years old when you go into kindergarten, aren't you?
Yeah, ish. Yeah.
Yes.
5
Oh, wait.
5, 6.
Hello, people. Hold on. It was 15 years ago for sure because it was Todd's 40th birthday. So we moved here. Well, somewhat moved here because he still had his law office over there. So he was going back and forth for like 2 years between here and Lubbock, living half and half because we hadn't sold that house over there. And so we were over here for like a week, and I had already been planning a huge, giant surprise 40th. People flew in from all over the country to it, and I pulled it off. After he had thrown out his back that morning, I was like, oh shit, I'm screwed. He's not going to, I mean, like he bent over to take something out of the car and he got stuck in that position. And I'm like, drug, take this.
Yeah. Push
Take
through.
this.
Push
Ice,
through.
do this.
I'm not
And I'm
doing
like,
this by myself.
I'm like, we cannot miss this. You cannot miss the bachelor party you're going to. It was it was actually the same day, literally, but we made it like, we're going to run into this event at the ballpark.
Mhm.
And just, you have to meet these other lawyers. It's important. So we'll just show your face. And then if you want to go to the bachelor party, great. If you don't, then I'll take you home. And the whole thing was in a big private office suite, conference room, or, their whole suite of this other law firm that we did business with at the time. And man, he had no clue. He had no clue. We totally pulled it off. And I was like, whew. Yeah. So that was really cool.
So Centennial opened their doors August of 2010. So I assume that it was torn down in 09-ish, 08 or 09.
So I may have seen it when I was coming over here looking for a house. I may have noticed it, but I mean, I don't know. We'll have to look and see if we can find pictures because I just think that's actually that's cool. It's cool history.
I think
right?
there ought to be a historical marker there.
Yeah.
Well, too late. They already tore it.
Yeah. They wouldn't have been able to tear down the house.
They already tore it down. Well, we're heading into the Labor Day weekend. You guys have some big plans?
I didn't even realize it was Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
I've been so busy, busier than a one-armed man in a paper hanging contest.
That was
so.
She had to think about that.
Who knows? My kid will be with her dad, so
we're gonna be swimming at the house.
Well, I will say that. Today's Thursday.
Yes,
is that right? Tomorrow night at Oscars in Burleson, Lance Battalion.
I love them.
And King Honeybee will be playing. King Honeybee is opening for Lance Battalion tomorrow night at Oscars Bar and Grill. So if you're looking for some really good live music, tomorrow night is going to be absolutely fantastic at Oscars.
If you prefer karaoke over live music,
or you can do karaoke then live music.
Sideline is that?
Or live music then karaoke, because karaoke goes to what time?
Karaoke. We start at 9 and go till. I mean, really, he plays the last call song. So 2.
2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you can sing, go listen to the live bands, which
Yep.
I think that's over by 12. And right, I think they do all the bars close in Burleson at 12.
I think so.
Yes.
It's
Yeah, we were looking that up the other night.
yeah, and we were having so that's like a whole conversation. Is that
Uh-huh.
like a rule? Like what?
Well, Dalton's used to be open till 2, I believe.
See, I don't remember that, but
like is it is it like a like city limits thing? But it couldn't be because if
I don't-
Dalton stayed open, so I guess it's like a personal preference of the bar.
I think so.
Right?
I don't know.
I know. We'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
I know we talked about looking that up, and then we did not.
Yeah. I don't know that I could look that one up fast enough on my phone to.
I can't look it fast. I can't look it up fast enough right now, but I'm just gonna I'm looking up some other stuff.
Yep.
And I can't remember what it was that I was gonna look up, but I'm gonna look it up. And so when we come back from break, maybe I shall find my
Your train of thought.
my train of thought again of what I was gonna do. All right, it is August 31st, and if you didn't know, it's National Trail Mix Day.
Really?
So if it's your favorite snack, today's the day to
Look,
celebrate it.
Usually not mine.
Yeah.
They usually have peanuts.
Mhm.
Are you allergic
Yeah.
to peanuts?
Yeah.
No,
Peanuts?
not that. Definitely not
Who
that.
said peanuts? What'd you hear?
Peanuts.
Is my face as red as my hair?
What's wrong? What's wrong with you? Okay. What is man?
Oh, man.
I said peanuts.
Here we go. Second half might be fun.
All right. We'll be back after this quick break. Stay with us.
Abnormal realities.
I love my mom.
Yep. She sent me a message.
My mom did?
Yeah, Wednesday night, and she invited me over tomorrow night to watch Titanic and share a bowl of popcorn. And I accepted.
You did?
Yep.
That'd be fun.
And she calls it Chaps Only Night every Saturday night.
Look,
Miss Dixie,
Look,
how you doing? He said, it's my mom, bro. All right, it's my mom.
I want to hear the answer to the Titanic and popcorn. Go ahead, Mom. What's up?
Oh!
Hi, boys. I
Hi,
just
Mom.
wanted to ask Rocky if he wanted butter on that popcorn or not.
Oh,
I
my
would rather
God.
have the butter somewhere else, but if popcorn's the only place I can have it, I'll take it.
Jeez,
Hey,
dude.
nobody says I can't roll around in it for a little bit.
All right, Mom.
That is my
Love
girl.
you.
I love you,
Mom.
Dixie.
Abnormal realities
Bye, Mom. Love you.
Dixie.
I love you too.
with Ron and Rocky. Weekdays, 4 p.m. and 10 p.m. on JoCo Community Radio.
Holy crap.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
JoCo Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
We are back for the second half.
Oh, that was quick.
Yes, it is. It is quicker than you expect.
That's what she said.
And we're off.
JoCo Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 24/7 on the TuneIn Radio Network. TuneInJoCo.com is the place to find all the ways to listen and watch, and the station app is also available for free on Android and Apple devices. Simply search your store. Check out our lineup and more at JoCoCommunityRadio.com. This episode and more brought to you by Next Level Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep at 844-TX.HAIL. That's 844-839-4245. And be sure to dress your arms and more at tiffy.com.
And we cannot forget
Dr. Can Ho.
Dr. Can Ho. Okay. He is with the
chiropractor.
He is with the Advanced Joints and Spine Center in Crowley. It's 1500 FM 1187. If you've never noticed it before, you need to stop there. He is the expert in comprehensive holistic and wellness for your spine and your joint health. So be sure to check him out. Call and make an appointment, 817-878-2877. Get in, meet him. He's a wonderful doctor, and one of our very own hosts, Angela Roca of Vet for Vets,
Yes.
vouches for him as he is one of his clients and says, just like, well, I have a limp mic. Hang on. I got to tighten it up. All right.
Too many comments.
I'm sorry, I can't help
Too
it.
short a time.
Just who I am. So chiropractic care created precisely for you is what Dr. Ken Ho can do for you.
Mm-hmm.
So check him out at Advanced Joint and Spine Center. It is drhoclinic.com, DRHO clinic.com. Check him out, get in there, and make yourself feel better. So before we went to break, we were talking about, things that you would you could celebrate today.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like there's a holiday every day.
Mhm.
If you did not know, there is something to celebrate every day. Besides just if you woke up and you put your feet on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
that's something to be thankful for and something to celebrate. It's another day alive. Were we talking? I may have been talking about this online or on air with Jason Bagley yesterday morning about whatever just flew out of my brain.
Being thankful.
I am
and,
having- I'm
Well, I'm
having
sure y'all were
serious-
talking about food yesterday.
We were
if it was
talking about
Jason.
food, but we were talking about
mindset.
health and healthy eating, healthy mindset. And there was something we actually talked about that I wanted to tell everybody if they wanted to look this up, they could, because we were talking about some of the healthiest places that you can live in the United States. These are people who live into their hundreds.
Mhm.
And when I say hundreds, I mean 100s, who are the healthiest people and they live the longest. And it's based on healthy mindset, healthy eating, staying active. And it's a documentary called Blue Zones.
Blue Zone.
Blue Zones. So there's 5 different blue zones that they've marked in this documentary. And it's something I watched, I don't know, like right after it came out. My husband and I watched it and we were like, that's how we need to be eating. And so happiness is one of it's when you listen to these people who have hit 100, or some of them are 110 even, and they don't look it. They're happy.
Mm-hmm.
They're happy people. Miserable people die sooner.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's truly it. So find joy in anything and everything that you can. And that was kind of my point. So if you woke up this morning, it's something to be thankful for. And birthdays, that's what I was going to say. I was going to talk about that. And we kind of talked about this yesterday, like people who they're like, oh yeah, I'm about to be 50. It's just terrible. You're alive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look how far you've come.
right. Leveling up. We
They
talked,
are
I'm
leveling
sorry.
up.
We had this discussion
Yeah.
about that.
Yes.
Leveling up, even in your age and your birthday and everything. We had that conversation on Tuesday. Okay. I knew
Full
I talked
circle.
about it.
You
I
made
just
it.
had to find it in my brain cells, which are not always there. Yeah. So cute. So Stu Stewart, you crack me up, dude.
Mhm.
You crack me up. So if you're looking for something to celebrate today, before we went to the break, I announced that it is National Trail Mix Day, and you can celebrate it if that's your favorite snack.
Yeah.
It's also National Eat Outside Day. So we've got some suggestions to make you salivate over Eat Outside Day. And right, do you have a favorite like cold, pasta salad or something that you would cook if you were to have what's your favorite picnic meal? Like,
Ooh.
or thing to cook or take to a picnic?
I don't know.
I have a really good pasta salad that I love, but I only know how to make it
in like a giant bowl. It's the
Yes.
same thing for
See,
me.
and I'm
okay.
I'm thinking about eat outside day. All I can think about is Joe T. Garcia's patio.
Oh, I was going to say, I
That's
had
where
a
I
feeling
went. I don't know.
you were going Mexican with some margaritas.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'll take that. But a cold pasta salad, if I'm going to like an outdoor barbecue, I'm going to bring a cold pasta salad
Mhm.
of some sort.
Mama always
I do
made
tuna.
homemade ice cream.
Homemade ice
yeah.
cream.
Mhm.
Pies. Any pies? Would you bring a pie?
No.
That's messy.
True. Okay. So it's also International Cabernet Day. So if you drink wine, pour yourself
I was
your
reading that
favorite
from over here
Cabernet.
and I thought it said cabaret.
I thought it said, okay.
I was like, okay, well, we're par for the course.
I'm with you, sister, because I thought it said that too. Just so you know. And then I
Okay.
went, nope, that's Cabernet.
Use your phonics.
It's International Overdose Awareness Day.
Oh, wow.
So let's put up a fight against the issues preventing solutions this International Overdose Awareness Day. And while we're on that topic, good luck to Callie Crow with Drew's 27 Chains. Who that is her in honor of her a nonprofit in honor of her son who overdosed on fentanyl. I think it's been almost 3 years, if not a little bit over 3 years. And my daughter, who overdosed 2 years ago on fentanyl, who lived, thank God. My daughter lived. She lost her son alongside so many other children that we've lost to fentanyl overdoses. One recently that I just found out about that happened within the past month in Tarrant County. And it was a young man who actually had even told his mother that, well, Mom, don't worry about it. I buy my marijuana from the same person all the time. This is a safe thing. Well, guess what? That marijuana was laced with fentanyl.
Oh, man.
And that mother saw her son die on trying to get into the house. She was out of state, trying to get into the house. He wasn't feeling right and trying to get on his phone. And he got back in his car and she saw all of this on the security camera when she came home. Watched him die in his vehicle, fighting for his life, and he had no idea that the marijuana was laced with fentanyl. So if you think marijuana is a safe thing, I'm here to tell you, as someone who's extremely involved in all of this now, because I have a personal tie to it, and not just for my own child and my own children, but for other people's children, and to help prevent this from happening, because losing a child or almost losing a child is the most terrifying experience you can have in your lifetime, and it affects the entire family.
Yeah.
Their siblings, and it's still affecting our family. So just don't be stupid and think, oh, my kids only smoke pot. It's okay. No, fentanyl is being put into everything. And unless you are growing it in your backyard, or you know the person, like you go over and you know the person who's growing it. And not that I condone illegal drugs in any way, but should you, if you're that person and you do not have a medical marijuana prescription, know your grower. And if you don't, I don't care how long you've been buying marijuana from the same dealer or how long your kid has, it's not safe. So prayers for that family.
Yes.
It's still fresh. I hope at some point that she will come share her story. But that's when it's comfortable for someone else. But in the meantime, Callie Crow has headed off to DC and is part of a roundtable at the White House about how we can help prevent and how we can help stop this epidemic of fentanyl overdoses. And how do we stop the drug from coming into our country? I mean, this is a big problem. I had someone else ask me yesterday, well, where was this drug before? And I'm like, it's in our hospitals.
Yeah.
While my daughter's on a vent 2 years ago fighting for her life, they actually came in and said, well, she's experiencing pain. That's why the blood pressure is spiking. And so we want to give her fentanyl. And I looked at them and I went, are you effing insane? Just like that. Do you know why she's here? Do you hear yourself? And so, we have it's a much bigger problem, and hopefully Callie can be such a great voice for this. Drew's 27 Chains, if you want to donate to something, what Callie does is she actually travels the entire state, and it's gonna expand beyond that soon, and trains police staff, fire staff, EMS, our first responders, teachers, and school staff on how to properly administer Narcan. Now, Narcan is the brand of the medicine, so you actually can't get the brand Narcan right now, but you actually get the medicine. But how to properly administer it, because most people think that it's something you inhale, and that's not actually true. It gets sprayed into the inside of the nose, and the blood vessels absorb the Narcan, and it wakes the sentence back up. Senses back up. But just for instance, it took 4 vials of Narcan to revive my daughter. So I'm so incredibly thankful for what Callie does and for the EMS that saved my daughter's life that day, and then onward into all the hospital staff and everything else. So, all right, not trying to be a downer, just saying, be aware. It's National Overdose Day. Have real conversations with your kids.
Absolutely.
And real conversations with your family members and the people you love and your friends, and don't be afraid to talk about the real issues. So, all right, this is for my husband. It is also Love Litigating Lawyers Day.
We love you, Todd.
if your name is Dan, congratulations. It's National Dan Day. So if you know a Dan out there,
Oh, that's funny.
show him some love, would you?
Mm-hmm.
And tell him happy National Dan Day. All right. So this weekend we are rolling into Labor Day, and we were talking about what everybody's doing. We really don't know what we're doing. It's also opening dove hunting season. So we know where majority of the Texas men will be. They will be at their deer leases dove hunting or at their dove hunting lease.
Yeah.
If that's all they hunt.
Right.
Might be. Right. So I know that
Or in the pasture out back.
could be, but that's what's happening on my side of the family. So I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm probably going to be seeing the bands tomorrow night. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But it is Labor Day. Do you know the history of Labor Day? I think people get so set in it's Labor Day weekend. We have Monday off, and
Same with Memorial Weekend.
yeah. I think people forget. So I'm just gonna give a little history here,
Okay.
right? Observed the first Monday in September, Labor Day is an annual celebration of the social and economic achievements of American workers. The holiday is rooted in the late 19th century, when labor activists pushed for a federal holiday to recognize the many contributions workers have made to America's strength, prosperity, and well-being. Early adopters, before it was a federal holiday, Labor Day was recognized by labor activists in individual states. After municipal ordinances were passed in 1885 and 1886, a movement developed to secure state legislation. New York was the first state to introduce a bill, but Oregon was the first to pass a law recognizing Labor Day on February 21st, 1887. During 1887, 4 more states, Colorado, Massachusetts, my home state of New Jersey, and New York, passed laws creating Labor Day holiday. By the end of the decade, Connecticut, Nebraska, Pennsylvania had followed suit. By 1894, 23 more states had adopted the holiday, and on June 28, 1894, Congress finally passed an act making the first Monday in September of each year a legal holiday. So, McGuire, MC, capital Guire, versus Maguire, Maguire, who founded Labor Day. This is 2 men. Apparently this was, they were duking it out. Who first proposed the holiday for workers? It's not entirely clear, but 2 workers can make a solid claim to the founder of Labor Day title. Some records show that in 1882, Peter J. MC Maguire, General Secretary of the Brotherhood of Carpenters and Joiners and a co-founder of the American Federation of Labor, suggested setting aside a day for a general holiday for the laboring classes to honor those who from rude nature have delved and carved all the grandeur we behold. So, it's really about, Labor Day is really about the work. True, like workers, like what our country was founded on.
Right.
Our builders, our carpenters,
Joe the plumber.
Joe the
Remember
plumber,
Joe the
our
plumber?
creators, people who are doing the hard work, all of our trade skills,
Yeah.
which is something that's coming back,
The
right?
people that physically built
Yeah,
our country.
absolutely. Absolutely. So Peter McGuire's place in, oh, wait, sorry. La, 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 la. But Peter McGuire's place in Labor Day history has not gone unchallenged. Many believe that machinist Matthew McGuire, MAG, not Peter McGuire, founded the holiday. Recent research seems to support the contention that Matthew McGuire, MAG, I'm trying to, there's Matthew and Peter, okay? Matthew and Peter. Later, the secretary of Local 344 of the International Association of Machinists in Paterson, New Jersey, which is not far from where I grew up. In fact, our family doctor was in Paterson, proposed the holiday in 1882 while serving as secretary of the Central Labor Union in New York. According to the New Jersey Historical Society, after President Cleveland signed the law creating a national Labor Day, the Paterson Morning Call published an opinion piece stating that the souvenir pen should go to Alderman Matthew McGuire of this city, who is the undisputed author of the Labor Day as a holiday. Both McGuire and McGuire attended the country's first Labor Day parade in New York City that year. That's kind of cool. I've never read the history of that.
And what a great time to do it.
Yeah, right? So to all
riveting.
so to all those who are out there, all of our tradesmen and women who are building, creating, cleaning toilets, fixing toilets,
Doing the hard
digging,
work.
doing all the hard labor work out there. Cheers to you, and thank you for still being a part of the rich history of the United States.
Yep.
Right. So cheers. So
Cheers.
what I mean, don't you think it deserves more than like one day off for labor? Like you should be paid. Like do they should? I would hope that people get paid for that holiday. Right? Do you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I think so, right? It's a paid holiday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
typically.
it's a paid holiday. It's a national. It's one of the 7 days of the year that you can.
Yeah, you can.
I
You
think
can
it's
take.
still up to the business, though. I don't know that you
I don't
have to
know.
be paid for it.
I don't know. I don't know if it's a rule.
Every company I've worked for has paid me for it, but
Well, for this show, it's our Friday, even though it's
Yes.
Thursday. So I have let's have a little fun.
okay.
All right. I think I can read these without peepers. Let's see. All right. So I asked you
I
guys
don't
that
like
question
that
already.
one. Yeah, that was giving me
I don't think we
anxiety
got to-
attack. We didn't answer it. I was like, I can't pick a color.
You can't pick a color. Okay, so the question on Tuesday is if everything in your house had to be one color, what color would you choose? Mine is a light gray.
Well, gray is what every wall in my house is painted.
Mine's literally the same color. It's silver. It's called a silver gray.
But
You really
teal
couldn't
is
pick
what
one?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I could pick. I can't. There's so many colors in my head. I mean, I can't.
What's your
do
favorite
that.
color?
Well, green.
Okay.
But
Would you
her
want to?
house? Her house did not have a lot of green in it.
Interesting.
Yeah,
She
I
just
know.
had a-
I'm special.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the most awkward thing that happens to you on a regular basis?
Ooh.
Awkward. See, I just own everything.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
No, but like I mean, it could be anything. Think about that. So, like, what's the most awkward thing? If you run into the same person all the time, but in different places, or you trip over the same spot, even though you know it's there in the floor.
I think one of the things that's the most awkward is I have a really hard time in the moment saying the right words in the right spots, and like my brain's moving faster than my mouth can, and so I make a lot of things that are not awkward, very awkward.
All right. Along those lines, I would say what makes me feel the most awkward is when I'm having days where I cannot remember what the heck I was going to say, or I completely cannot even remember a word.
Mhm.
So that happened. I think that's happened every day on the radio this week. So yeah, I blame it on menopause. That's all I can do. All right. What's the funniest place you've ever fallen asleep? Funniest.
Place?
I think that this can go back to like childhood.
I don't know.
I've fallen asleep with my legs like laying on the floor, and I had my legs like up over the edge of the chair.
Mm.
I think that's the funniest If my sister Tara were here, we could say a million different places because we would be in the middle of a conversation and she would just fall asleep, like middle of and then we stack stuff on you and take pictures.
I think Jeff, Braden's dad, fell asleep in vegetable soup or stew or something around Christmas time, and they make fun of him, and he hates having the vegetable stew every year.
When he was a kid,
Yeah,
when he was a kid.
yeah.
I don't know that it's
Like
the
face planted.
funniest, but like I have a yoga mat behind my desk at my office, and I've got like a whole bunch of little
It's her
throw
nap mat.
pillows. And yeah, you just get that afternoon like lull, and I'm like, I think I'm just gonna stretch out a minute.
Am I wrong in saying that? Is that not what you posted this morning?
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was yesterday, last night. Yeah.
So on your story,
I was laying there. I was like, I was reading this manual for this piece of equipment that I have, and
No wonder you're falling asleep.
and I was like, I'm laying there, and I was like, okay, this is great. I'll keep going, and then next thing I know, it's 6:30, and I was like, oh. I don't know what time it is. I don't know where I'm at. I'm still here.
You took a nap.
Yeah, it took me a little nap.
Nice.
Usually it's like a 10-minute power nap, and that perks me right up. And
I wish I could fall asleep like that.
Just
I take naps in my car.
on that
all the
yoga
time.
mat.
And
I
you
don't
can
know
fall
what it
asleep.
is.
I can't.
I have a
just can't.
squishmallow.
Okay.
Braden got it for me.
A squishmallow.
Uh-huh.
What is that?
It's like a teddy bear, but it's
a giant beanie baby.
Yeah. I don't know. He got me one year for Mother's Day, I think, and now he's gotten me one for birthday and Christmas, so that I have one on the couch for a pillow. I have one in my car, and I have one in Big Blue, so that I can nap in the car.
Now I have fallen asleep late night, just sitting up in a chair, and mouth open. But I don't think that's awkward because that happens to people all the time. Right?
Daddy would do it all the time.
Yeah. All right. Would you rather be the best player on a horrible team or the worst player on a great team? Would you rather be the best player on a horrible team or the worst player on a great team?
I'd rather level up. So, let me be the worst one. I usually am the worst one anyway, because I'm always trying to learn something new, so let me level up. I'd rather be around the better people. You're the average of the 5 people closest to you.
When Braden was
This is true.
soccer and playing, there was one year and he was the best on the team. And I was like, I don't want him to be the best.
Yeah.
I want him to still have something to learn. And if you're on a team with a bunch of people that aren't better than you, you're not learning.
Well, you don't feel challenged.
Yeah.
And Maximus has experienced that on several baseball teams, and so has Maverick. And it's very frustrating. It's frustrating as a parent because they're like, I don't belong here. That's the mindset you get.
Yeah.
I don't belong here. I'm not contributing. How can you contribute except to be a teacher to others? And sometimes we're put in that situation where you are the best at what you do on the team, whether we're talking about sports or it could be a project team or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has to lead, and sometimes you are also put in that position of leadership. So if you are the best on the losing team, be sure to use that as an asset to help someone else level up. So I don't know if I could pick one or the other because I like to help other people level up, and yet I always feel like I'm still in a position of learning.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Well, leaders lead, so it doesn't really matter. Like if you're the worst one on the team,
you can still be a leader.
You're still lead. You
This
can
is
lead
true.
in so many other ways, or the other people are watching you that are on the other team.
Yeah, that's very true. Actually, I like that was a good.
Either
card.
you lead or you don't.
That's a good conversation. I like that. Okay, what is the weirdest thing you find attractive in a person?
Weird.
Weirdest. What's the weirdest thing you find attractive in a person?
What I find unattractive is if I'm not allowed to eat off their plate.
Have you like ever dated someone that said don't touch my food? Like
there was one time
smacked your hand?
I did what I did. I was like, you have something that I wanted to try, and because that's what you go and sit and everybody eats, and I'm all about family style because I want to taste everybody's stuff, right? And I stuck my fork in there, and no, that was a
That was a no-no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'm going to say the question. What is the weirdest thing you find attractive in a person? Weirdest. I don't know.
Man, that's so hard.
All right. Think about that. I don't know if it's a weird thing, but I really like a man's forearm. Like that's.
Okay.
Is that weird?
I like a hairy chest.
I love a hairy chest.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
right there
hot.
with you,
I
sister.
do not.
I love
not.
it. Give me that hair. When Todd trims his, it makes me angry. I'm like, why'd you do that? Do not touch that. That's my hairy chest. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. That's mine. All right, 20 seconds. What would you do if you were invisible for a day?
Everything.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I am right there with you.
I would attend so many meetings,
everything.
so many happy hours. And
Yes.
oh my.
Yes, yes. Have an amazing Labor Day weekend. Be sure to celebrate the people you love. Be kind. God bless. We'll see you back. Hey, we got more shows the rest of the day and tomorrow.
Yes.
But we'll be back next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, JoCo Community Radio. Hey,